Yeah, I hope you ready for the comeback. Steve Nash, I'm about to bring the sun back. Forecast looking bright for the comeback. Can't ignore it, promise you can never sun that. I pray for it, get ready for the comeback. Yeah, yeah, I think it's time for the comeback. I hope you ready for the, yeah, I see it's time. Press play on the tape, no rewind. No delay, put it all on the line. Only going up, ain't no room for the climb. Meet me at the top, or you won't ever see me. I'm making dreams come true like a genie. I'm making moves soon, you gon' have to king me. Checkmate, crown, you gon' have to bring me. Ain't no other way. Up next, then I'm putting you away. Yeah, maybe another day. Give me the trophy, I'ma put it on display. Hope you ready for the comeback. Steve Nash, I'm about to bring the sun back. Forecast looking bright for the comeback. Can't ignore it, promise you can never sun that. I pray for it, get ready for the comeback. Yeah, yeah, I think it's time for the comeback. I hope you ready for the. Steve Nash, I'm about to bring the sun back. Forecast looking bright for the comeback. Can't ignore it, promise you can never sun that. I pray for it, get ready for the comeback. Yeah, yeah, I think it's time for the comeback. Yeah, I hope you ready for the comeback. I think it's time for the comeback. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like. Yeah, you about to see me on demand like. You know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll. Ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll. Ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go. On the road, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sometimes we're live on Sundays at 1:30, and sometimes we're going live for an emergency Mafia meeting back in the kitchen here as we are getting a little bit of a Bitcoin dump here, guys. Now, as you know, if you guys, I'm starting to worry that people are going to start trading our thumbnails because it's so funny. It's like last night, the thumbnail, you know, we don't always try to make it like accurate, like, oh, tomorrow's thumbnail has to predict tomorrow's price action. But oftentimes when we're looking for those dumps, they do come. And oftentimes it is the next day. So we were looking for a move down here, guys. I want to talk to you about, you know, what I'm looking at on Bitcoin right now. What are some of the key levels that we came down to as this dump kind of came out of nowhere. Not that we weren't expecting a move down, but I wasn't expecting it to come down right this second. But we did come down and tap some very, very key levels that we have been keeping an eye on the live stream. So I kind of just want to touch base, do a quick little market update with you guys, update you on any new levels that I'm looking at, and kind of what I'm expecting out of Bitcoin coming up in the next couple of days. Are we going to get a retracement to the upside, or are we just going to continue to fall here? And if we do, where are we looking for those bounces? So before we get into it, guys, smash that like button. Every 100 likes we get, we'll give you guys a spin on the wheel of pain and pleasure, and we will add those spins to tonight's live stream. I will not be spinning the wheel today. This is probably going to be like a 15. Shout out to Hannah King. Shout out to Hannah King says, Frankie Candles live whenever you feel like it. Absolutely, guys. Sometimes you just got to hop up when Bitcoin moves. You got to update the people. So shout out to Hannah King. But guys, we will be adding any spins that we get on today's live stream to tonight's live stream. But before we jump into it, guys, I just want to say what's up to the Mafia real quick. Shout out to Hannah King. Shout out to Emacs. Shout out to Crimson Caravan Company. Dave Digital, as always, good to see you up in here, bro. We got Crypto Chef. We got Ellipse Crypto. We got Landon in the house. Eddie C. Wayne C. Crypto Tanaka. Peter H. The Godfather. Show some respect to the Godfather in the chat, guys. I see some new names in here. If you're new here, smash that like button. But, guys, as Bitcoin is moving right now, let's go ahead and jump on into the charts and try to figure out what the heck this thing's next move is going to be. Let's get it. So here we are, guys, on the Bitcoin chart. Take a look at the 4-hour time frame. Now, as you guys know, let me just go ahead and turn off this TA for a second. As you guys know, we were looking at some pretty macro bearish signals here on Bitcoin as we were getting these big pushes to the upside. And, you know, we were looking more specifically at this daily bearish divergence that was printing right into a key level of resistance, which was, let me go ahead and unhide our TA here. And let me actually get rid of the local support, and let's get rid of the local single prints. And we'll just keep up these next targets. I'll actually even go ahead and hide this volume profile. But as you guys know, we were looking at this daily bearish divergence pushing up into our next key level, which was that naked point of control at $37,000, and also being aware that we did have these resistances above us, being that value area low of this previous range from back here, March of 2022. This is where we pulled this level from, but we knew we had a lot of resistance up here, and we were actually looking for quite a while, at least in the premium live stream, the premium Discord, we were looking for one of these daily bear divs into these key levels of resistance with specific confirmations to go short from here. Now, I will say, although I don't think anybody is crazy if they entered a short at this level, obviously, if you're looking for swing shorts, these daily bearish divergences oftentimes will give you some kind of a move. And, you know, they don't always knock you down to zero, but they often almost never give you nothing, right? They oftentimes give you some form of a move to the downside. And we were covering all that, not only on the free live stream, but then we did have that set up in the premium Discord. However, I want to be very clear. Just like I said, I don't think, I wouldn't think you're crazy for entering that short just based off the daily bear div, or maybe you saw that 16-hour bear div or 12-hour bearish divergence first, where you had your higher highs on your price action and your lower highs on your momentum waves. And more importantly, you had those bearish divergences forming into your key level of resistance, guys, making it that much more likely for a reaction. But I do want to be clear, I personally did not take this trade, guys. I did not see all of my confirmations, and simply put, I mean, I guess depending on the day, I really do like to see all of my confirmations. A lot of the times, if I'm missing one of my confirmations, I will not take the trade. And I just simply did not get my third confirmation up here, so I didn't take the trade. However, it doesn't really matter, right? Because I missed this short, but my long is still up quite a lot, and I will show the trades in just a second here. But I actually caught a scalp short on XRP yesterday during that scam pump to the upside. Caught a short up here off this swing failure level, and that trade is obviously up pretty big right now. Not pretty big, but it's a small scalp, but it is up a lot percentage-wise here. I think it's like up 500% here as we continue to the downside here. And I want to break down XRP really quickly today as well. But first, let's go ahead and take a look at Bitcoin. So obviously, guys, was this dump to the downside completely unexpected? Not really, right? Because again, like I just said, we had those daily bear divs, 12 and 16-hour bearish divergences into our key level of resistance. And also, we also had the 12 and 16-hour bear divs. But on top of that, guys, we talked about this specifically last night on the live stream, and it is the higher time frame red dots with the money flow on the medium hourly time frames coming to the downside, right? So let me explain this really quickly. 4-day red dot is now printing. We looked at this last night, and then you have your 3-day red dot confirmed, your 2-day red dot pretty well confirmed, and then that daily bear div that daily bear div is also confirmed, and then you can see here on your 5-day VWAP clearly trending to the downside, looking for a crossover, that zero line, looking for one of those red dots, and then you can see your 6-day and your weekly are also working their way down on these VWAPs. And what were we expecting based off of this information, guys? We were expecting some form of a cool-off to come in, and we were talking about how, what better level to do it at than right here. And again, I want to be clear, guys. I didn't take my short position right here because I didn't get my third confirmation. But again, I'll show that XRP trade in a second, which is making up for that. But we also had some higher targets up here, and we didn't know. I love to break this down for people because the truth is nobody knows, right? We didn't know. We had some other key levels up here, this naked monthly point of control at 39K and this $40,000 key psychological level of resistance right above us. Basically letting us know if we come up into this purple box, we do still have a lot of resistance. So even if we did get a pump up, we weren't expecting to come much higher up than these levels before finally getting that macro signal to look for the bigger correction to the downside. Now, guys, I will get this out of the way right now. I do still think, at least at this point, these targets are still in the cards. But remember last night we were talking about, could you come down before we get up to these levels? Absolutely you can. And obviously that was signaled by the daily bear div. But I do think these are eventually still going to get tapped at some point here, unless we get some kind of crazy new information on the charts that makes it look super bearish, and maybe we come down and we start losing this key level of support down here at 28.8K. Then maybe we could flip a little bit more bearish. But as you guys know, simply put, we have key resistance up here, and we've been talking a lot recently about making your support and resistance levels zones rather than just straight up lines, right? Because again, you're not oftentimes going to just reject from just a single line. Oftentimes you will dip into a resistance zone before getting that rejection. But beautiful bear div here, guys. Like if you are new to crypto or new to trading or just new to reading the charts, perfect example of like a daily bearish divergence, only because we've been keeping an eye on this for so long, saying, guys, like, this might not be the giant correction we're looking for, but likely this bear div is going to give you some form of a move to the downside. So keep an eye out for these guys because they are strong, especially if you could get them into key levels of resistance like we hit right here. But to answer the bigger question here, guys, which I'm sure a lot of you guys have, and that is, what the heck is Bitcoin going to do next? So let's go ahead, and as you guys know, I want to dive into more of the local TA, and you can see here, right, just one more time. Not only do you have the weekly VWAP, the 6-day VWAP coming down, the 5-day VWAP coming down, and then red dots on all of your higher daily time frames, but if you come down to the 4-hour to analyze the local price action, you can see here, guys, money flow on the 4-hour. This is something that I have been looking at. Money flow clearly trending to the downside on Market Cipher B here on the 4-hour time frame, right? This would indicate that within the context of the 4-hour time frame, we are likely to start a downtrend, right? So this could indeed be the beginning of a bigger correction, right? So we'll cover the actual levels that we're bouncing off of right now and kind of what I'm expecting coming up in the next few days or even hours potentially. But just in general, guys, this money flow, if this crosses over into the red, we would expect this to be a potential bigger breakdown for Bitcoin. And even if we do get a retracement because of our money flow coming out on the 4-hour, we would expect this downtrend to potentially continue down here to some very, very key levels. Now, these are the levels we were looking at on the live stream last night, and there were actually a couple of levels, but I want to make this clear. Money flow on the 4-hour would indicate the longer-term trend in context to the 4-hour time frame will continue down. So again, if we get a retracement to the upside, we would locally be expecting this downtrend to be, or this pump to be a retracement before a bigger move to the downside. This does not take away our bullish sentiment on the higher time frames, right? We are talking about with context on the 4-hour time frame, right? That does not make us super bearish on the higher time frames, but when you're looking at the 4-hour, this money flow would indicate the trend may continue to the downside, potentially even reaching down here. Again, I don't know if we're going to nuke down from here, or if we're going to get a retracement potentially up to those higher prices that I was waiting for, and now those levels would have moved down slightly because a lot of that had to do with Fibonacci retracements, and as price moves down, you got to re-pull these fibs to make sure they're accurate. But are we going to push up for a retracement, or are we just going to dump from here? That is a different question, but whether or not it happens now or tomorrow or in 3 days, if we get a break below this POC, guys, just to kind of update you on these next key levels you want to keep an eye on, if you break this POC right here at 34.4K, this was a level we talked about last night being an extremely key level of support. Why? Well, it is the macro point of control of this larger range that we're trading in, and that POC at 34.4K is going to be a big level because we need to hold this level if we want to continue this uptrend and we want to continue making moves up to these higher levels. We're going to have to hold this POC. As long as you hold above this POC, we do have the door open to these higher targets. But once you start losing this point of control and you start getting stuck underneath it, you have to start looking down to some lower levels, and some of those lower levels may be sitting down here at around $32,000 or $32,500. So you can see here, obviously, again, we looked at this last night. We do have some single prints down here, guys, with a pretty important golden pocket 786 retracement. I believe, yeah, this is the golden pocket retracement level, or golden pocket 786 retracement of this entire move up from this little impulse to the upside. And these single prints are sitting down here, which would not only make this a potential likely target for price to get gravitated to, but also a big level to look for a reaction, especially because we have this golden pocket sitting right underneath the single prints, adding a little bit of backup. So if we did wind up getting that bigger move down, we break below that POC, that would again be your signal to look at these lower prices. So as soon as you break that POC, you're thinking, okay, if we can't get back above this and claim it as support again, I am going to be looking down right here to these single prints / golden pocket retracement, sitting at between 32,500 and 31,945. And this is going to be that next key level I would be looking at for some scalp longs. But as you guys know, we actually had even more local levels than that. And if we pull that up right here, you can see we actually had more of a, these I believe were the levels. We've been looking at these single prints and golden pocket for quite some time. Like, we've been looking at these for the past, I don't know, 10 live streams. Basically, since they were printed, as soon as we got this big candle up, created these single prints, that's when we started looking at them. Back here on August 24th was probably the first day we looked at it, if I had to guess, right? Yesterday, we were looking at more local levels, right? Saying if we do wind up coming down from where we're at and we are not going to come up to these higher prices, which was, to be quite frank with you guys, no pun intended, I was actually hoping for that, right? I was hoping for a sweep of those highs before getting into my big short position. And simply put, I didn't get what I wanted. And this is going to happen to you guys sometimes in the market. And I don't want people getting discouraged, right? Am I pissed off I missed that position? I've been doing this long enough where I just simply don't care, right? Oh my God, I missed this move. Oh no, right? But again, I did catch that XRP short, which I'll show you guys in a second. But yesterday on the live stream, guys, we were looking at these two key levels, which is the volume and time point of control sitting right here at about $35,400. So that was kind of the first level we were looking at, not only to get gravitated to, but also be able to potentially hold it as support. And we also had this golden pocket sitting right underneath us at about, ending at about 34.9K with the 786 in perfect confluence with our macro point of control. This is why 34.4K was such a key level, in my opinion, was the fact that we had the macro point of control on top of the 786 retracement from this low all the way to the high, which is basically the entire local move up. That 786 is in perfect confluence with this POC, right? Making this a very key level of support, because not only would we potentially want to go down and test the POC, but we may go for that 786 retracement before getting another big move up, or some kind of significant retracement to the upside, even if that bigger dump was going to come in. So now the interesting thing here, guys, is on the Bitstamp chart, you can see we actually didn't even get near the POC at 34.4K, but if we take a look at the Bybit chart, you can actually see that we did wind up coming down right to that 34.4K level. And this is kind of, this is the interesting thing, right? When you're dealing with leverage exchanges as well as your spot exchanges, a lot of times those leverage exchanges will give you those bigger wicks because of the liquidations happening in the market, right? So a lot of that's a lot of times, that's again why we saw the Bybit wick down here, wick all the way to like 23.6K. And on the Bitstamp chart, this wick simply did not get that low and actually only wicked down to about at the low, 24.9, almost 25K, right? So that's the difference between the spot market and the contracts or the futures market. You get these big liquidation wicks, and sometimes they come down and kiss these key levels. You can see here, $34,469 was indeed that key level that we were looking at down here, 34.450, all the way down to about 34,250, or 34, right here down at about 34,295, call it, at that 786. So we did not touch it on the spot market. So there is a possibility that we could get down there on the Bitstamp chart. However, Bybit did tap that level. And not only was it, not only did you hit that macro POC technically on the Bybit chart, but if you pull your local volume profile that we have been looking at when we were trading within this local range, you could see we did wind up coming down and tapping that point of control of this range almost perfectly. So we have actually come down and tapped some pretty important levels, guys. And then now, just because we came and touched these levels does not mean that we are instantly going to get a big move to the upside. But in my opinion, with the 4-hour VWAP, well, kind of hard to say, right? Because this VWAP is coming straight down, but could curve up at some point soon here. But the fact, if we are able to hold this golden pocket, guys, you can see we are starting. I mean, we're pretty close to invalidating it, to be honest. But we are starting to put those lower lows on our price action and those higher lows on our momentum waves into that key level of support, which again is that golden pocket. But if we can't get back above these points of control and we get stuck underneath this VPOC and TPOC, this could potentially give us a bigger move down. Next local target being the macro point of control at about 34.4K. And then again, you guys know, if we lose this level, we are simply going to be targeting this level down here, starting at about 32.5, which is another very, very key level to be watching on the charts. But guys, like I said, I mean, not that this really did not come to our surprise, especially if you've been watching the live streams. We've been looking for a move down for quite some time here, ever since that daily, well, actually not quite some time, ever since Sunday, Sunday the 12th, right? So ever since this Sunday, this daily bear div printed, that is where we were starting to look for the move down, especially because we knew he had these key levels already tapped, all these naked points of control. And I want to be clear, this does not change my sentiment that I am going to be looking up towards these other NPOCs, getting closer to about between 39 and about $41,150. But we got to cool off at some point here, right? So this blue box is going to be our next key level of support. So as long as we're able to hold above, say $34,360, I would be looking for a bounce. As soon as you lose that level, you're looking down towards these single prints. And then if you keep losing this, once you lose this 786, which is attached to this golden pocket touching the single prints, once you lose that 786 at 30,900, that's where I am starting to say, hey, this is the big correction here. Let's look at this value area low for some potential new swing long positions. But this is going to be very key, guys. 28.8K, between 28.8 and 28.6K is going to be an extremely important level of support, because we know it's the value area low of the macro range, which right now, being above that value area low is what is making or what is giving us the opportunity to look up towards those higher targets. And, guys, this is why, I know a lot of people have been looking at, and it's really funny because we've been looking at 48 to 50K forever. And I mean forever, like since almost, ever since we came down on the big dump in the bear market. Let me go ahead and hide this. Actually, I'll pull up a fresh chart here, right? Ever since we wound up coming down in the bear market, I think we've been looking at that 48 to 50K level, like all the way back from, I think, when we bottomed out here at 17.5. Not even at the bottom of the bear market, but ever since the bottom of this first dump here, or this second really big capitulation down, we pulled that fib, guys, looking at that 48 to 50K level, sitting up here, that macro golden pocket, comparing it to our 2019 fake out bull market that ran price all the way from $3,400 all the way up to about about 14K, which was the macro golden pocket of that cycle, right? If I pull this macro golden pocket, you could see we went down, we went up for that beautiful golden pocket touch, and in this cycle, that level is sitting at about 48 to 50K. So this is a level we've been looking at for quite some time, but I want to be clear here, guys. Like, I love the fact that this is playing out as we expected, because there's like, it's a beautiful learning opportunity for anybody just getting started on the charts, because you know, there's a lot of people who have just been saying like, oh, 48 to 50K, like we're just, you know, we're mega long to 50K. And granted, I do think as long as we remain within our macro range here, that we will eventually see potentially 48 to 50K come in here. But we knew that we had all these crazy levels of resistance up here above us. And we knew that, you know, I always say this with the volume profiles, guys, it is never going to be just a straight shot up to the value area high. It's a very rare occurrence for that to happen. So we have to find those intermediary levels. You guys hear me say that all the time, of resistance. And that's how we were able to know that this daily bearish divergence may be pretty strong, because we knew not only was there a naked point of control here, but also we had the golden pocket, the naked monthly, we had a daily up here, as well as some other significant levels of resistance within this purple box. So it's never just like once you get above that macro POC, you're looking to just insta-long all the way up to about 48 to 50K. We know that there's intermediary levels. We know the markets are noisy and confusing, so you expect these big moves up, these big moves down, the bing-bonging in between. But eventually, once we come up and attack these levels, that's where we can look for these to flip to support. And then do we look up to 50K? No. You look right up to your next key level, which is right here, NPOC, $41,551. I actually want to correct myself. I think I said $41,150. That level is $41,538. So we're still not looking straight up to 48 to 50K. We know we have this naked point of control. We know we have this 41.5 level up here. And yeah, wait. Yeah, 41.5. We also have this level up here of about 44.3, and then eventually you will start to get up to your final resistance, which is 48 to 50K. But it is never just, oh, we're above the value area low, instant long or insta long to 50K, right? You got to find those intermediary levels, because not only are they good places to take profit, because we don't know what's going to happen, guys. If we wound up getting some macro bearish news, some crazy stuff going on, a black swan, we could wind up nuking from here, going down to you know, lower prices that I won't even mention, right? So we don't know what's going to happen. That's why we want to prepare and make sure we have all these key levels on our chart, which we give for free. We give most of them for free every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and sometimes in the middle of the day, guys. But shout out to everybody who is super chatting. I see some super chats in here. Shout out to Chris. Says, new to the free Discord, got liquidated last night, but that's all part of learning, right? Having trouble joining the premium Discord on my mobile. Shout out to Chris. Well, shout out to Tony D. He already hit you up. So there you go. Tony D will be able to get you in that premium Discord, which, you know, again, guys, let me pull up my face cam real quick, because let me pull this up. I don't want to dox anybody's Discord DMs if I have any open. But, you know, I do want to... I will just bring up here, right, like for anybody who is interested in the premium Discord, this is not a signals group. Let me scroll up here because I don't want to give anything. All this stuff is old now. But, you know, this is not a signals group. This is simply a technical analysis group where I give you my spoon-fed trade setups. But basically how I handle this, guys, is an if this, then that statement, right? So I say, hey, if price comes up here, these are the levels I'm looking at, and these are the confirmations I'm looking at to potentially go long, and then I update everybody on if I take the position or not. You know, I don't always do that because people should not be copy trading. That is not how you make money in the market. But it's basically just spoon-fed trade setups. Hey, guys, waiting for price to come up to this level, looking for these confirmations. If we get the confirmations, I'll look to get in here. And then, you know, sometimes they'll scout played out nicely. Quick money, bing, bong. So there you go. It's like an if this, then that. All right, like if this and we get that, then we get into the trade and we make money, right? Now we don't win them all. We don't win them all, but I do just want to point this out. Just, you know, not that we haven't been looking at it on the live stream, but guys, you know, we have been watching these key levels above us for quite some time, right? So if I pull up, let me see. Where is it? I think this is too old. I think I passed it. But this daily bear div and these signals to go short at this macro key level of resistance that we are coming down from right now, guys. We have been looking at in the premium Discord for quite some time. We were sitting down here at 34,374, and what did we say? We said, hey, let's see if we could get a push up into any of these levels, look for some specific confirmations, and if we start getting that daily bear div on top of those confirmations, may be a good place to start looking for a short. So all this stuff is given in the premium Discord way beforehand, so we are ready as price attacks these levels for us to actually take action and enter into these trades. But shout out to Chris. Hopefully, Tony D is able to help you get into that Discord. And shout out to Savage Star, or Savage Stars, I like to call him. Shout out to you, bro. He said, can you say price targets when talking? I'm always driving and I can't see what levels you're saying. Well, shout out to Savage. Key levels of support on Bitcoin right now, if we continue down, your first macro key level of resistance is going to be 34.4K. That is your macro point of control, right? And if you lose that, you are simply going to be looking down. I will announce it for you again. So 34.4K is your instant or local resistance or support, and if you break below that level, which is the macro POC, and you cannot get back above it, the next key level I will be targeting is starting at about $32,515. Shout out to Savage. Thank you for the super chat, bro. I appreciate you. But guys, I think that's about all I got for today's market update. Well, how long am I going for here? Let's see. 31 minutes. Yeah, I wanted to make this just a quick little update, give you guys those updated key levels of support and resistance. But right now in the local, guys, before we check out XRP, I would say be very careful with these bull divs down here. They are very close to getting invalidated. But if we start putting in some bullish divergences down here, these are key enough levels to get a bounce from, but I would not be looking for these. Yeah, like a lot of these are getting invalidated. I would not be looking for these to give you a big move, but simply a retracement to continue your downtrend. So if you are not in a short position, I would potentially wait for a retracement here. No guarantees that you'll get it. Like I said, guys, you're simply sometimes not going to get that retracement, right? When we came up here on that daily bear div, I did not enter my swing short. Granted, you can short daily bear divs. I like to get those sniper entries, and sometimes when you do that, you wait for the retracement, and the retracement never comes, which we actually were waiting for retracements here. Not only do we have the short setup from here, we also had a short setup from here and a short setup from here. I simply just was not at my desk trading at the time, so I didn't take them. But what I did take, guys, was that XRP short from yesterday. Shout out to anybody who got a short from the top here. As we did get that fake XRP ETF news, guys, I'm probably going to make a trade breakdown. Let me know in the chat if you guys would like me to make a trade breakdown video explaining exactly what I was looking at to enter this trade. I mean, the video would basically be like how I made, X amount of money, trading XRP this week or something like that. And I will just break down exactly break down exactly what I was looking at here and why I entered the trade. But guys, simply put, I'll just kind of break down easily here. Actually, let me see if I can pull up the actual trade. Let me see. Where is Femex? There it is. So here we are. You can see here. I'll zoom in a bit for you guys. But you can see here, right? Still in the Bitcoin long, right? Up $2,500, still up 900 unrealized, 634% in the green. And this is like, I might just try to hold this for the rest of the bull run. But I don't know, but we're still up massively, locked in profits on the long, still up massively on the unrealized. But yesterday, guys, I wanna show you guys this because I think a lot of people could find this useful, right? Because here's the thing, right? We had a couple people come in here and talk about how leverage is like gambling, right? And I have a strong argument against that because I use leverage to protect myself and manage my risk, right? And I won't get into exactly how I do it just because it's going to take a long time to explain. But I want to show you guys something, right? I made this $1,000. Now, I will be, I only have $11 locked in profits here. I probably will close this pretty soon. But I will say, this trade, right? We were trading it as a swing failure pattern. If you guys have not seen the swing failure pattern video that I put out a couple weeks ago, go check that out because if you study that video and you apply that video on how I use the SFPs or the swing failure patterns to make money and get into those high risk to reward trades with a high probability of that big saucy reaction, this is exactly how I got into this short, right? So up about 1,100 on this. And guys, I want to be clear here. Like I only had $260 on the trade, right? And I have my stop losses at break even, I believe. or it should be dang close to break even. Yeah, my stop loss is basically at break even. So it's if I get stopped out, it's just insta ripped from here and stop me out, I would just lose no money, right? But $261, we have it on 48x, and you might be saying to yourself like, oh my God, you're a degenerate. How are you using 50x or 48.3x? The reason I'm using this high leverage, guys, is because my position size is very small. This is not a $5,000. I don't have $5,000 on this trade. I don't have $10,000 on this trade. This is a very, very, very small position for me. This is $261, and that's the reason why my leverage is so high. Number one, I only have a little bit of money on the trade, so even if I got liquidated, this is really like a small stop for me. Right, so this is kind of like a high leverage, low capital, kind of like a gamble, right? Because the high leverage does make it a little bit more risky. But again, on a regular trade, on a trade, say I have just for easy math, if I have like $1,000 on a trade, I'm not even going to lose. Like, this is basically a small stop out on a normal trade for me, right? So if this got liquidated, it's no big deal for me. But the reason I'm using 48x leverage is not only because I only have a little bit on the trade, but on top of that, guys, it was a swing failure pattern, which has a very, very high hit rate. It is not very often that when you trade these SFPs that they don't play out, especially when you get them to play out like it did right here. So basically what happened is we waited to hit that SFP level, and I was sitting at my desk, guys, literally like this. I was literally sitting on my desk like this on my phone, and I don't remember what I was doing. But I literally tried to remember what I was doing. But yeah, I was sitting on my phone. All of a sudden, I had the XRP chart open on Exo charts, and I just see price starting to rip to the upside. I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, this is clear manipulation, right? This candle was just Lambo shotting to the upside. I'm like, okay, someone's manipulating the market, likely to come stop out all the shorts. And when I turned back and I look left, I'm like, well, hey, they might be going for these highs up here, because at the time I saw price pumping, we were already above these highs. So I'm like, hey, maybe they're going to go stop out all these shorts, come tap that golden pocket or time point of control sitting up here at 75, about 75.5 cents. And simply put, guys, they ran price up. They stopped out all the shorts. Price wicked back down, closed below our SFP level. I got into the trade, and then boom, within like minutes, guys, I turned that $260, within 30 minutes. It was up over, like, it was like up $1,300 to $1,400, maybe $1,200, I think. But very, very quickly, you don't need a lot of capital if you know what you're doing. Now, I don't recommend beginners go ahead and start, getting into these degenerate, low time frame scalp trades, or especially with this high leverage. But when you actually understand what's going on and you know how to take these trades with multiple confirmations that make them very high likelihood, you can put a small amount of capital, thinking to yourself, if this entire trade blows up and I lose all 260 of these dollars, that's like if I were in a bigger trade, that would have been how much I lost on getting stopped out anyway, right? So, and because I know the SFPs are a very, like, oftentimes, guys, you'll see a big move up and then an instant nuke, right? So I know that when I get in on an SFP, there's a high likelihood that it's going to instantly reverse in the opposite direction. Why does this happen? It has to do with liquidity, guys. It is basically a liquidity sweep. Now, I want to be clear. I'll spit this sauce real quick before we hop out of here. But, guys, just to understand what's going on here, again, was I looking at the news? No. I had no idea this fake ETF news was going on until, like, after I was well in the trade, well in profit, right? It had nothing to do with the news. I didn't find out the news until, like, right before my live stream, right? But I don't care because I trade the charts, and this proves that you do not need to trade news. You should be trading the charts and what the candlesticks are telling you in front of you, right? So, and it's funny too, because I was thinking, I'm like, all right, what are they manipulating this for? Is there a big dump coming? Because as they pushed it up here, I'm like, this is a clear liquidity grab. I was looking at the heat map. Let me see if I still have it up. Did we have I don't have it up, but we did have the heat map showing that we did have a lot of liquidity sitting up here, guys, and specifically at 75 cents. And like basically in this purple box, there was a lot of liquidity, and I was literally saying, like, this is probably a liquidity grab, right? If there's some bullish news, it's probably fake news. It reminded me a lot about the fake Bitcoin ETF news that we got recently, right? So that's basically what was going into that trade. It was simply a swing failure pattern amongst other confirmations. I was using Exo charts to confirm that trade as well, but beautiful little scalp, and you don't need a whole lot of money. People think you need, $100 grand to make money in this market. And granted, it is a lot harder to grow a small account than people realize. I think a lot of people, they'll show you how to turn $100 into $100K trading, right? That's really hard to do, guys. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm not saying people can't do it. I'm just saying it's a lot harder than people realize. And but I do just kind of want to show. I did want to show you guys these trades just because, like, I know a lot of people out there learning how to trade don't have a lot of money to risk, and this is the perfect example. I was up this much money within minutes of entering that trade. And like I said, I'm probably going to close this or close at least part of it once I get off the stream. But, you know, really what it comes down to is this is why the discipline to actually close your positions when you're in profit is the most important thing, right? Because in my opinion, it's not that hard to spot the SFPs with the confirmations and get into the trade. The hard part is taking the money that's on the table and not sitting there being like, oh my God, what if it comes back down? Or what if it keeps going? Like, what if I miss the gains? Really, the key is being able to pay yourself when you're in profit here. But just proof, guys, $261 can, you know, in 30 minutes make you over $1,100. And granted, you know, you're not going to win every single trade. They're not all this beautiful. This is an example of just a perfectly executed trade. But, you know, it is possible. And you don't have to use, you know, leverage as gambling. And I specifically wanted to cover this trade to tell you guys that, like, I want you guys to understand that I manage my risk, right? It's a 50x trade, basically, or 48.3x trade. And but it's the only a normal person who doesn't know what they're doing is going to look at this and be like, that guy's trading with 50x leverage, gambler. No, not at all. You don't know my strategy. You don't know my trading plan. You don't know, is $261 a lot or a little for me? And I want you guys to understand that if this trade got completely liquidated, not stopped out, completely wrecked, I would lose $260, which would be very, very small in the grand scheme of where how much money I get stopped out for typically. So there you go. But yeah, there you go. So that's what we're looking for, guys, here on you know, as far as XRP now. As you know, if you watch the live streams, you will know that we've actually been looking. You know, not only have we been not only were we able to catch this short from up here, but we've been looking for a push down to the value area low 786. I didn't know that we were going to pump up here. You know, I was kind of looking at XRP being like, dang, I should have. We front ran the golden pocket, right? We came up here, we front ran this golden pocket, which is why I wasn't already short on XRP. If we pushed into this purple box and I got short confirmations, I would have taken the trade there. But simply put, we did not touch my level. And if we do not come into my trap, my key levels are my trap. Trading is a game of trapping, not a game of hunting. So I had my trap set. We didn't touch my level. Simply put, I do not take the trade, right? And sometimes it pays out, and sometimes you miss a move, right? But what happened, came up. It was like, no, we never touched that level. Let's let Frank get into his short. Bing, bong. And then I got in. But we've been looking for this move down to the value area low, 786 retracement of our move into this volume profile, right? So this is actually, guys, like, this is kind of the moment of truth, right? Because if we start losing this value area low decisively, closing higher time frame candles below this, multiple high time frame candles below this, we could be looking down a little bit lower to about 55 to 56 cents. However, you know, we do not get overly bearish at these value area lows, guys. This is, you know, where we typically get, not that we get bullish, but this is where you want to start looking for long positions, right? So you pull up Market Cipher B here. Look at that. We are, it's kind of close. We're like about to invalidate this bullish divergence on the 2-hour time frame. But just remember, you want to watch. I'm going to let the dust settle here a little bit. Hopefully we can range around a little bit, get some more context into what is going to happen next. But remember, it's not until we decisively lose this level that I am going to flip more bearish. So I will be taking profits on this short because we're at the value area low. We have now gotten the 786 retracement, and this could indeed be where we put a higher low in before continuing to the upside. Do I think that's likely as of right now? I will say this, guys, coming back to the 4-hour money flow. The 4-hour money flow looks like we may want to continue down a bit, right? So kind of a mixed bag there, but you know, unless this 4-hour money flow is just going to yeet back up into a massive green wave and we're going to get a push up to these next targets, again, coming in at about 75 cents, all the way up to about 83 cents where we have our previous POC. But other than that, guys, you know, money flow coming out on the 4 hours, so I don't really have many hopes that, you know, it would be more likely, in my opinion, that we will likely retrace locally, continue a move to the downside before getting your big move up. But now you guys have that key level to watch, which is basically going to be your compass. Are we going to go down? I don't know. Did we lose the value area low? Can we not get back above it? These are the questions you want to ask yourself when you get to these key levels. And due to the volume profile, we know what is likely to happen if you hold or lose each level, the POC, the value area low, and the value area high. So, guys, there you go. Watch that 4-hour money flow on XRP. May be able to drag us down a little lower. But I don't want to spoil our whole live stream tonight. So with all that being said, guys, I think that's all the time I got for today's little quick, urgent live stream market update thing. So shout out to you guys. Shout out to Dave Digital. He says, thank you for the super chat. Well, I said that. He didn't say that. He says 15-minute live stream, 1 hour later. No, come on. Guys, this is why I don't do live. Unbelievable. You know, we go back and forth. Me and Tony D go back and forth. Should we do pre-records? Should we do premieres for the market updates? Should I just go live? I never know what to do. The main reason that I haven't done live market updates like we've done the past couple of days is because, guys, I have no self-control. I just want to keep looking at the charts. I want to keep trading. I don't want to get off. I want to keep hanging out with the Mafia, and then it eats up my whole day, which is why we do the pre-records. But they are so much easier to do live because I don't have to edit anything. I don't have to do anything. We're live, and then people can rewatch it, and it's super, super easy for me. But yeah, shout out to Dave. I'm really bad at doing short live streams. Shout out to Dave Digital. And shout out to Ian. What is going on, bro? Says, yo, Don Frankie Leone. Shout out to you, bro. Said, could you do a masterclass on entries and exits? Thanks for the Sunday streams. Shout out to Ian. No problem, bro. We will be sprinkling those in. We will do also pre-recorded Sunday sauce videos, but anytime, once in a while, we'll go live on the weekends as well because it was pretty fun, and you guys seemed to like it a lot. And Dave Digital, thank you for the super chat. He says lives only. Well, shout out to Dave. Okay, fine, fair. I actually prefer to go live. It's like I kind of feel like I was put on this earth to live stream. And I found that out really late in life, but I really feel like it's what I love to do. This is what I like. I like the interaction. Lives are way better. Shout out to Mark. I can interact with you guys. Shout out to here. Let me help you guys out real quick with the Discord. Anybody who is looking to join the Discord, what is it? What's my name? Frankie Candles Trading. There you go. If you guys want to check out. If you guys want to check out any of the stuff, if you want to get into the free Discord or the paid Discord, links are in the description down below, or you could just come to frankiecandlestrading.com, where if you don't know where the YouTube channel is, you could just click it there. But you could see our premium Discord is here. You could also get into the free Discord in the link in the description down below. And if you guys want to sign up for Femex, where I am in these fire trades. If you guys want to sign up and trade yourself alongside the Candle Mafia, you can check out our website or the links in the description down below to get our deals for Femex or BingX or any of the exchanges that we love so much. And yes, it will help the channel out, but hey, you usually get some free bonus funds to trade with. So it's a win-win. We get to keep the lights on. You get some free money, and we all get to make money trading together. So, guys, oh, wait, hang on. Am I not showing my face? There you go, guys. FrankieCandlesTrading.com. You'll see this guy on the front. And then you can scroll down if you want to get in the premium Discord. You can get it in there. And I believe Tony D was able to get crypto payments. Potentially, we're close to getting crypto payments at some point soon. I think we are going to be able to get that done. Either that or Tony D is cursing me behind the screen right now saying, no, that's not what I said. I said we can't do it. But I think we are. But shout out to Crypto King. Said, what indicators are you using to trade? Also, what indicators do you use that print red dots and green dots? So the indicators I use, the main indicators I use are Lux Algo and Market Cipher. The one you're referring to right here with the red and green dots, this is Market Cipher. We also have deals for these as well. I believe you can use MC Frank 20, I believe is the code. I think that's what's popping up right here. Yeah, MC Frank 20 will save you 20% on Market Cipher. Lux Algo is another amazing indicator that we use a lot. And then Femex and BingX are my two main exchanges that I use if you guys want to sign up to trade and get some free trading money that you can't withdraw. But if you make profit off of it, they let you keep the profit, which is pretty cool. It's like demo money, but you can make money off the fake money. It's kind of cool. Oh, God, the super chats are coming in now. Shout out to Hulk Solana. Said, hey, brother, can you show us Solana? And shout out to Mark Dutch. I appreciate that super chat. Just said, just to keep you here longer. Yo, shout out to Mark Dutch. Just throwing money. Stay longer. And, yeah, guys, I can't turn down Solana. This will be the last coin that we look at, but I will check Solana really, really quickly. And here we are, right? Looking for Solana to run up towards that $65 level. We front ran it slightly, but actually, Solana holding up pretty good here. Not going to lie. 12-hour looking for a green dot, potentially. Take a look at that 8-hour. 6-hour green dot. Whew, that's an interesting green dot there. Kind of looking similar to a lot of other things, guys. Like, money flow on the 4-hour is not too convincing. 3-hour money flow, not convincing either. 2-hour money flow coming out. 90-minute money flow crossing over into the red. Yeah, I would look for some consolidation, or I would just look for some bing bonging up. Like maybe you get a pump to the upside, but really, guys, we are getting close to our next major target here on Solana, which once you break $65 and $75 is going to be, the next major target for Solana is going to be this volume profile between about $80 and $107. So this is going to be the key level to watch for if we continue up. But to be 100% honest with you guys, looking at the higher time frames, 4-day red dot looking to potentially print here. 5-day, 6-day, and weekly VWAPs are coming down. Now, I want you guys to keep in mind that, money flow is still coming up on the higher time frame. So I am still expecting higher prices to come in the long term. But, we're not going to go up forever. We have to get some kind of retracement to come in here. But I will say, money flow wants to come out, but Solana keeps pushing. I don't know if this is because of the bullish sentiment. There goes my camera as my camera overheats. Sorry about that, guys. But is Solana? Is this just because of the super bullish sentiment on Solana right now that we're just kind of holding up really well, trying to push up higher? Is it manipulation? I don't know, but I do know those targets that we could watch for. And as far as Market Cypher B, I will say the signals are kind of mixed. It looks like it wants to cool off, but money flow starting to pop back over here on the 5-hour. Looks like, trigger wave, green dot on the 1-hour. This could be, it is a little bit confusing on the indicators. I will be quite honest with you. But yeah, I mean, if you want that next big move up for Solana, what I would personally be watching, or even if you're waiting for a retracement to potentially enter into a short position and catch a bigger move down, what I'd be looking for here on Solana is the 10-hour green dot, followed by the 12 and the 16-hour green dots for the move up. And then if we get the move down, your key level of support is going to be your previous value area high at 41.10. But other than that, I would expect some kind of ugly noise happening on Solana right now. But no super clear signals. But hopefully that helps you out. Shout out to, who said that? Hulk Solana. Shout out to you, bro. Hopefully that was able to help you out. But yeah, just kind of letting the dust settle here. But Solana is holding up pretty well. So guys, I think that is, whoa. Guys, we can't see me. Come on. Is it going to come back? Is it going to work? Is it going to work? No, I guess. Okay, we got a green bar. We got a green bar. Hang on, guys. Is this gonna work? Hold up. Can we get this to work? Just a final sniff. Yo, shout out to Mark Dutch. You're funny, bro. Just one final sniff. Oh, yeah, it smells so good. Shout out to my people that are probably like, what is this guy's problem, guys? I don't know what is going on with my face, guys. But with all that being said, that's all the time I got for today's live stream. Hopefully you guys found this quick update useful and helpful in your analysis and what to expect from Bitcoin over the next couple of days, or at least up until the live stream at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But guys, that's all I got. I'll see you guys at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, if you guys want to check any of the links in the description down below for the indicators and exchanges that I trade on, check that out. Also, check out frankiecandles.com. That's all I got. Hasta pasta. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Hey, yo, Jay, can we get some ratchet one time?
Look, I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft? Who know the law? Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop. I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peace. You gon' see the flex when you hear these writtens. Trust me, you know the difference. I got a long ways to climb before you see a slippage. I see the process and the journey I'm supposed to be, but perplexed. Cause I don't really see nobody close to me. Hopefully this ain't wasted and I know it ain't. You gotta take the time for seasoning to marinate. You need the patience and the pressure just to detonate. I'm trying to blow up and these heathens need to get it straight. Gifted with a vision and precision. I'm just trying to make it high key. Might be breaking free like I was Zion in some Nikes. Tucked at the crib, bro, you know just where to find me. Making beats and spitting crack verses pretty likely. Yeah, socks with the burst, boy, ain't changed a bit. Normal guy till I die, you know what it is. You probably thought I'd give up now that I got some kids, but really now I got these arrows aiming at your ribs. I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop. I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peas. Hey, Please be on the notice, these my motives. Bought my chicken and it's rotis. You parsimonious, you take it all cause you a locust. My focus is to grow this mission. A visionary, get a dictionary. We here off the ribbon, we ain't sharing, we just caring. Let me speak it to the manager. We damage her, no you ain't messing with an amateur. I'm ramming, the competition, they ain't standing up. They fanning from left to right cause now they branded us. Now who that is? Mike Jones, they ain't want me now, they all on me. Got counterfeits trying to play me, I guess they thinking I'm Sony. These big head dummies showing up and out of their character. Homie, you need a price cause without it the squad ain't hearing you. Top of that, we ain't fearing yet. We swinging for the fences with the sting of a left hook that connects with Sonny Liston. I'm dismissing any and all of the disrespect. Nonetheless, it ain't a threat, I'm just letting y'all know who's next. I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the start. I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the please. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peas, you gon' see the...
Yeah, no, we gotta. Yeah, we need another fan. The SEC came and took it again. Yeah, I don't know. I can still show my screen. I don't know if they know that, but I don't know if they keep taking the fan for some reason. They just don't want me to show my face. Just grab one on your way home. I know it's the 7th one. I can't stop the SEC from breaking in the house and taking the fans. Okay. All right. Thanks. Love you too. All right. Bye-bye. Oh, are we live? Oh, my green screen is live. Oh, no. Shout out to the Mafia, guys. Sorry, I got to order another fan, guys. Those people keep breaking into the house and taking my fan. They want to keep this face off YouTube, but they can't. They can try, but they can't stop us, guys. All right, guys, I'll see you at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the live stream. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the roll, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming on my landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like, yeah, you about to see me on demand like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, hey, on the roll, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, hey, on the roll, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah, maxed out.